Testing, 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 testing. All right, give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Everybody get started. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Keith back with another market analysis video. Today is Monday, February 9th, 2026. We finna do our analysis for Tuesday, February 10th, 2026. All right. First thing first, welcome. We didn't do our weekly analysis on Sunday. If y'all know, if you're in the States or not, it was Super Bowl Sunday. Of course, people had Super Bowl parties. People had been out with family and everything. So we were out a little pretty late. I was a little tired. I didn't really want to do the stream that night after coming back home. And then I already had a lot of stuff to do on Monday. So pretty much we didn't do the weekly analysis. We just gonna do day by day analysis this week. So yeah, that's what we doing. Now for today, I did end up taking a trade a little bit later because like I said, I had stuff to do today. I know I told y'all I said that this week will be the week that we activate the Apex account that we have passed on the stream. And I activated it today. So I took one trade today on the Apex account. Ended up making a quick little 70, basically like $100 on the day. So I took two trades. My bad, took two trades. So 100 on the day. For day one on that PA account. But now, of course, we're gonna be streaming the rest of this week. So we're gonna do our analysis day by day this week. And yeah, that's what we got in store. For right now, if y'all look at the title, it says futures. Doesn't say stocks. I'm gonna be very transparent with y'all. If you caught the stream last week, on Friday, you seen what we ended up doing on Friday. End up losing pretty decent on Friday with our stocks. Kind of was being greedy. We could have closed for profit on Thursday. Ended up not closing, and then Friday just did not go our way. So we end up having to close for a decent sized loss. So this week I am a little bit off my stocks for right now. We're gonna just focus on these futures for right now. Might hit some stocks up on Thursday and Friday, but currently we're gonna just focus on these futures right now. So yeah, that's what we got in store. Economic news wise, this week I did not screenshot it. But tomorrow, February 10th, we got at 7:30 retail sales, and then at 7:30 we got core retail sales. So basic retail sales at 7:30, and that's the only thing we got for tomorrow. Okay, and then I will have a screenshot for the rest of the week tomorrow on tomorrow analysis. Earnings wise and stuff, like I said, we're gonna focus on futures this week, so we don't really need to check out the earnings. Give me 1 second. I gotta log into my Apex accounts so we can have some live data. So give me 1 second. Can't let y'all see the login information now. Okay, I think we should be good now. Okay, so we logged in. All right, let me make sure I turn it off. So let's look at M&Q first off, and it's gonna be a pretty quick stream because like we just doing our analysis for tomorrow. And we only doing futures, so it should be pretty quick stream. Looking at these charts, let's go to the monthly first. Let's check out the monthly. Monthly, we end up, like we said last month, we end up closing green. Will this lead us to a higher high, or will this lead us to a lower high? Trying to see. Currently, it didn't take that low out. It got close. Didn't take this low out on the monthly. This November monthly candle. That low of 24,153.50. We did not take it out. We got extremely close, but we ended up pushing right back up. Um, so we want to see, do this month end up closing red? Do it close green? What up, Mel? What up, Mel? We want to see, do M and Q end up closing red or green? For the monthly, we got 17 days. So currently the monthly, it ain't that important right now, unless it breaks this low or breaks this high up here. Okay. All right. Jumping to the weekly. Last week we ended up closing red. Ended up making a lower low. We had a higher high the week before, and then we made a lower low. Pretty much saying indecisiveness on the weekly. You not market don't know what it want to do right now. We got higher high, lower low. High. I mean, we consolidate for a second, made another higher high, made another lower low. So it's really indecisive right now. Okay, can't really get no true bias off of this weekly. Other than last week was red, it's telling us to look for a low until we get a green one. Then it's telling us we look for a high. But currently, this candle is green, but that don't mean it's gonna close green for the weekly. But dropping down to daily, looking at the daily, last thing we did, we ended up making a downtrend. We had higher high, right? But then we made a low. Then we made another high, which was a lower high, lower low. Okay. So now we're completely in a downtrend for the daily. Okay. The solidified level for the downtrend is right here on this red candle high. This Tuesday, February the 3rd candle at 26,027.75 if you on TradingView. That's that solidified level. For this downtrend. If this downtrend want to stay intact, it cannot break that level. Okay, cannot break that level. If we look at it, we look at this chart before I put the drawings back on. We look at this, right? This how it can't be level. We supposed to have what? Some type of gaps or something in the way to protect it, to keep it from going there. If y'all watch the G.F.T strategy, y'all will hear me saying the G.F.T strategy playlist I made. Y'all hear me saying them gaps are like bodyguards. We gotta have some type of gap to protect it from going to that solidified level. We don't got any gaps, more than likely we're gonna go into that solidified level. Well, currently, if we look right here, we had a gap right here on this daily fair value gap right here, and we ended up closing above it today with that green candle. We ended up closing above it. We look to the left. We do got another gap sitting right up here. The solidified level, this red candle on Tuesday, the 3rd. If you're looking at this downtrend, let me put the drawings back on. It is going to be a little bit messy, but bear with me. I'm going to try to clean it up for y'all a little bit. Hold up. Give me a second. Okay. And Mel, if you want, you can get on the call. We can do it. You can get on the call while I'm on screen. We can talk it out if you got some questions. Or you can type it out. It don't really matter. You know what? Type it out for now, and then maybe next stream we might do something like that where I get a call and we do a call and we all break down the analysis. Okay. But if we looking at this, yeah, I think it's this right here, this red candle, the high at 26,027.75. It's probably a little different for you on Top Step, but if you on TradingView, that's our level. And look right here, we had a high, made a low, made a high, made a lower low. Number 2 solidified. That's our solidified level up there. If we want to stay in this downtrend, we can't break number 2. We break number 2, the downtrend is broken. It don't necessarily mean that we in the uptrend, but it just means downtrend is broken. So right now, downtrend, we in the downtrend right now. Right now, we did make a green candle on Friday, so that tells us we were what? Looking for a high. Either that can be a lower high, we can make a lower high and then come back down, keep this downtrend going, or we can be leading ourselves to a higher high. We can make a high, low, higher high, move it to an uptrend, or we can just get all green candles and take this high if we want to break this trend. We just got to see. Okay. I don't know why this purple sitting there. Okay. But like I said though, this is the solidified low, so we can mark that out. Mark that solidified out a little out for this downtrend at 26,027. Okay. And I'm gonna keep it. I'll make it red. Because it is our solidified level. That's the level that it can't beat if it want to keep this downtrend. Okay. If it want to keep this downtrend that we're currently in, it can't beat that level. Now, like we said, close green on Friday. That would kind of make me be bullish for today. I was like, hey, we look for some type of high. It's a green candle. We look for some type of high. So I look for long opportunities, end up taking longs today, but at the same time, we still got to respect that we in a downtrend. Now, like I said, we did. I'll probably delete this one. Let me see. No, I keep this one. I keep that. It overlaps that one. We did end up closing above this daily gap today. So we disrespected this daily gap. We do got another daily gap right here that we could try to respect. Right here. At 25,385 up to 25,535. Okay. Could be trying to respect that one. We did not close inside there. Got to see what market want to do. We closed above this daily gap here, but we did not close above this next daily gap. We just tapped into it. We did close green. So green telling us, hey, we still can be looking for a high. Still can be looking for a high. For the bulls, what do we want to see if we want to take longs? Pretty much same thing like we did for today. We want to see on that lower time frame, either the hourly or the 5-minute, look for an uptrend. We look for an uptrend. Preferably, we want it off of this daily gap here at 25,311. We get an uptrend off of that daily gap right there. We would like to take the longs on that lower time frame back up to the bottom of this daily gap at 25,385. If we above 25,385 in the morning, of course, we're going to look for the uptrends above it. Okay. We want to uptrend above that bottom of that gap and possibly take it to the top of that daily gap at 25,535. Okay. Those for the bulls. For the bears, all bears need, honestly, if we trying to get in on the daily, we just need one red candle. If we trying to get in off of a lower time frame, we preferably want to see them shorts come underneath this bottom daily gap right here at 25,242.75. We will want to see them shorts underneath there. Okay, look for them shorts underneath there. Downtrend come under there, we look for them shorts to possibly take us all the way down to make that lower low. Okay, to make that lower low. Okay, so those are the two entries. Let's go to the lower time frame, put our long and short positioning tools. So I'll go to the 5-minute. 5-minute, like we said, we want the longs above this daily gap. So if we get an uptrend above here, we like to take the longs back up to the next daily gap. Of course, it's hourly gaps in the way, so you could target hourly gaps. You can target 5-minute gaps. You gotta respect whatever time frame you get on. Okay, but that's the overall trade we'll be looking for. Is this right here? If we get an uptrend above, of course, like we said, if we get back above here, same thing. We look for the uptrend to take us possibly to the top of the gap. Right here, we ended up what? We ended up breaking above, no uptrend. You see that we failed. No uptrend right here. We broke above. We did, well, technically we made an uptrend here, but we hit a 5-minute level to the left that I, of course, not going to go all the way far back to. But we hit a 5-minute level, came back down, couldn't make another uptrend. Came back up again, couldn't make another uptrend. You see that? Broke above. We initiate this uptrend here. This is the trade I got in today. I was looking for that longs to keep running, but it told us, hey, it beat previous high, so it did its job. It beat this previous high to the left, did its job, but it said, hey, that's all we got for today. So pretty much we look for the same thing tomorrow. If it come back above this daily gap and we get an uptrend, we're looking for it. Longs, try to see if we can eventually get to the top of this gap, or if we can at least get to that hourly. So those are the two long positions we potentially looking for. Okay. Like we said, either above, what's that level? Uptrend above 25,385.25 or uptrend above 25,311. Okay, that's what we look for the longs. For the shorts, I'm only really wanting shorts if we come back below this daily gap down here at 25,242. Okay, If we get a downtrend underneath there, that's where I'm looking for them shorts again. Now I'll probably aim for hourly targets first or previous lows. Like right here, we got a low here, 25,163. That might be my first target. But I'm ultimately wanting to see, hey, will us going back below this daily gap, will that lead us to finishing this downtrend? Coming all the way back down, making lower lows. So that's what we looking for, man. That's what we looking for. Go long or short, but it depends on which side of the gaps we're on. Okay. Now going to NYM, and we can't trade gold, so it's gonna be a quick short list today. I told y'all we only got NYM, MES, and MNQ to be checking out. So NYM today. I didn't even look at NYM today, I don't think. NYM, let's go. It did its job on the monthly. It made a new higher high. Just trying to see, can we close above 49,902? Going to that weekly, higher high. Yep, higher high, higher low, higher high. It's just straight bullish. It's bullish on the monthly. On the weekly, it's bullish the whole time. Going down to the daily. Now, we did have some jumbling up a little bit on the daily, but we do got a solidified level created after making that high on Friday. We made 48,488 our new solidified level, so we can turn that red. Okay, that's our new solidified level. Then we left the daily gap right here on that Friday candle, so we can mark that out. Got a daily gap right there. Okay, so what we pretty much want to look for, and this is a little bit dangerous because it's at all-time high, but what we'll be looking for, of course, loans. We got green candle for Friday, green candle today. It did take Friday high and fail to close above. So what I can expect is a slight pullback and then possibly try to retest the high again. But pretty much what we have to look for is what? Lower time frame, either the hourly or lower. We need an uptrend to start forming, okay? Let me write this out. But we did close green. Green tell us we look for a high. But biggest thing we trying to see, can we close above this Friday high? Right here at 50,263. We close past there, we should have continuation, just keep moving up. Okay. We tried to break through. We failed to break through today. Failed to break through, but it's still closed green, so it's still hope for us to keep going higher. So pretty much we go down to that lower time frame. Either on the hourly, you can look for uptrend off of this hourly gap right here at this 50,166 and 50,166 uptrend off of that. Try to take it back up to 50,263. See if we can finally start moving past. Or if we break further down, of course, you can try to get in down here at 50,001. This hourly gap right here we got. Okay. Pretty much it's same thing every single time, y'all. I know I'm gonna be repeating the same thing over and over. We at the top of the gap, we just looking for an uptrend above the top of the gaps. No matter which gap it is, if we get an uptrend forming after touching the gap, gotta touch the gap first. And we looking to take them longs, okay? Same thing for the shorts. Once we break below a gap, look for a downtrend, take it to the next gap. That's all we looking for every time. So if y'all ever want to know what keeps, well, you know what I'm saying, what keeps thinking, mark your gaps out. If we at the top of the gap, I'm looking for uptrends. We at the bottom of the gap, I'm looking for down. I'm looking for down shorts. My bad. So we above it, I'm looking for longs. We at the bottom of it, I'm looking for shorts. But if we looking for our overall bias, like we said, we are bullish. So I would rather look for longs than shorts. Okay. Unless we at, like I said, unless we at the bottom of the gap, then we might be trying to reverse. But I would prefer looking for longs. If we do go down below here, hey, that's where you size down. If your overall bias is bullish and your normal contract size you like to get in is 2, you good with getting in 2 if you're trying to take your loans. But if the market's showing you it want to be bearish and your bias is bullish, but you see structure for the bearish, take one contract because it's going against your initial bias. Because the market could be short for a slight second and then push all the way back bullish, so you want to go lighter when it's going against your bias if you're going to trade against your bias. If you don't want to trade against your bias and you want to stay with your overall bias, hey, it didn't give me no long opportunities, I don't trade today. Okay, so that's the biggest thing. Okay, especially new traders, I prefer y'all not to. If y'all buy some bullish and y'all don't see no long opportunities, don't trade that day. That's what I recommend, especially for new traders. Don't be going against your buys. Okay, all right. So those some slight positions. It just depends on where we be at in the morning, because we could very well come back and retest this 49,902 level. We could come retest that. That's that monthly level. All right, that's pretty much it. We really ain't got too much. Like I said, we only can trade MNQ, MES, NYM. So I mean, it's a couple other stuff, but I don't trade them like oil and stuff. We might have to start checking them out since they, like I said, they restricted gold, silver, all the other stuff. We might have to start checking their charts out for futures. But for right now, those are two we're gonna check out. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the morning. Your boy Keith is out. Peace.